In this video, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of living right here in the beautiful city of Mobile, Alabama. But this is the 2022 version. So of course, you know we're going to talk about the cost of living with prices of gas, but we're also going to talk about things like the weather. We're going to cover every little detail. So let's dive in. Hey, my name is Jeff Jones with Keller Williams right here in the beautiful city of Mobile, Alabama. I'm standing here at the University of South Alabama, which this place is absolutely beautiful. But every single week we're dropping brand new videos about what makes this city so amazing. So reach out to me, call the number on the screen any way that I can help, but don't forget to like and subscribe because each week we're dropping a brand new video. Okay, so we're going to talk about one of the pros of living in Mobile, Alabama, and that of course is the cost of living. Now we'll talk about housing prices, property tax, all that stuff, but I'm standing here in front of a gas pump, and so let's talk about that. Right now, we're looking at February of 2022, and the prices are going to range from around $3.20 a gallon to around $3.35, maybe $3.40, depending on where in the city. Because if you live in the city of Mobile, which is where we are, we're in the heart of downtown. So if you're in the city of Mobile, it's going to be a little more expensive than if you go out past the city limits, still in Mobile County, it's going to be a little cheaper. So, you compare that with prices around the country, like California and other places, then the gas, well, it's relatively cheap. All right, so one of the cons of living in Mobile, well, I got to tell you, it's just not very walkable, and the public transportation, well, it has public transportation, just not very much. So I'm sitting here. This is like a bench for you can wait on the bus. This is number 16 going to Pritchard. Got number 15 going to Tolmanville. We got Dolphin Street down there. So you can sit here and wait on the bus to come. But the truth is, if you live in Mobile, this is just not something that you can count on, like a bus that comes every 5 minutes, like in so many other places around the country. If you live in Mobile, for the most part, you're going to need a car. All right, folks, another pro about living in Mobile, I'm standing right here next to this sign, I-10, and it says I-165, but well, 165 connects right next to I-65. And that's a pro because one of the busiest intersections in all of the United States that runs from way up north all the way down to Mobile. And then, of course, I-10 runs from east to west, from California, all the way to Jacksonville, Florida. So all of that intersects right here in the city of Mobile. 2 hours to New Orleans, an hour to Pensacola, about 4 hours north to Birmingham, and you're about 5 hours from Atlanta. A lot of great things happen right here where I-10 and I-65 connect. Another great thing about living in Mobile, and you can tell it's super windy, but that is because we are right on the water, on Water Street. And a pro of living in Mobile is all the amazing things that are going on downtown. We're going to talk about some of those places, but if you'll notice, I'm standing right here at the bottom of the RSA Tower. It's the tallest building in the state of Alabama. And then behind me, you've got the Renaissance Hotel. It's just amazing to have these properties down here, and across the street, you've got the convention center. So a lot's going on, but being down here on the water, even though it's a little windy, it's truly incredible. Now, another pro about living in Mobile has to do with industry. And of course, when we talk about industry, we're talking about jobs. So if you can see behind me, we've got Austal. Now, Austal is a global, just incredible company that has had a huge impact on the city of Mobile. So you can tell now that they're actually in the process of building a ship. Now, these ships go all over the world, and it's truly an incredible thing when you think about ships like that get made right here in the city of Mobile, and they go all over the place. So we talk about Austal, we talk about Airbus, the university. A lot of places employ a lot of people, but this, if you're down here on the water, on Water Street, you have to check it out. Now, a con of living in Mobile, it has to be the fact that there's a train running through the convention center. So if you're ever here at an event, and the event's over and it's time to leave and you go to pull out of the parking lot, well, if the train's coming, then you're stuck. Now, is it the end of the world? No, we learned to live with it, but like these folks are lined up, they're stuck. Okay, so another great pro about living in the city of Mobile, well, behind me, the sign says the Battle House Hotel and Spa. And I gotta be honest with you, it's a world-class spa. My wife and I like to come here about once or twice a year just to have a little getaway. And it's the RSA Tower, so it's all connected, and it is absolutely beautiful. It's got a great history. I'm telling you, if you want to get away, eat in a nice restaurant, get a great room with an amazing view, well, this is the place to do it. So another pro about living in Mobile is Chick-Fil-A. No, but seriously, there are chicken fingers everywhere. I mean, of course there are lots of Chick-fil-A locations, but you've got Chick-fil-A, you've got Foosackly's, you've got Zaxby's. I mean, just so many places. And chicken, it's like the food of the South. But we're not just gonna talk about chicken fingers, we'll talk about how amazing the food in general is in Mobile. So on one side of the street, we've got Chick-fil-A, but on the other side, we've got one of the most incredible restaurants in all of Mobile called Dolphins, and the food is incredible. So we talked about food and the pro of living in Mobile, how they have some incredible food. Well, I'm standing here below the sign for Dolphins, and of course some people call it Dolphins, but it's on the top floor, this incredible view, incredible food. But see, the thing about Mobile is you've got a lot of what we're gonna call mom and pop restaurants. So sure, we have our share of chain restaurants, but there's a lot of great mom and pop restaurants that have some amazing chefs. And what Mobile's known for is great seafood. So we've got great seafood places, and the thing about some of those seafood restaurants is they're the source. So it's not like they're getting the food from somewhere else. They actually own the boats. So the seafood's in the sea in one day, and the next day it's on your plate. So truly some amazing restaurants right here in the city of Mobile. What I say about great food? The Ruby Slipper, amazing. Down here in Bienville Square, that's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see some squirrels, but you're mainly gonna see incredible oak trees. You see, a lot of people from around the country, they come to Mobile and they cannot believe the amount of oak trees and just the green spaces in general. Well, we've got plenty of that. So if you're looking for a house out in Mobile, West Mobile, downtown, midtown, whatever, chances are you're gonna have an oak tree in your yard. So we've got parks downtown, we've got a municipal park, we've got Medal of Honor Park. So many different places. If you want to go out and walk your dog or you want to just get some exercise, well, Mobile's got some amazing places to do that. So another pro about living right here in Mobile, it has got to be the weather. So it's the middle of February, wearing my jacket. I looked on the temperature gauge before I got out of the car and it was 66 degrees. Now some of you folks are knee deep in snow and it's just crazy weather where you live. Well, Mobile, for the most part, is pretty mild. Now when I say mild, well, I'm talking about the winters. Now in the summer, well, it's hot. When I say hot, we're talking 90 and above. But hey, there's no snow, right? You put that on the scale, it really just depends on what you want. A pro about living in Mobile has got to be Mardi Gras. Now when people think of Mardi Gras traditionally, they think of New Orleans, but I got a little secret for you. Mardi Gras actually began in Mobile. That's right, look it up. Now here's the deal about Mardi Gras. So if you're down here between about mid-February through March, well, it's going to be a lot of craziness going on in downtown. In fact, if you can see behind me, they're actually constructing a stand. And that's where people are going to stand to watch the parades. They're going to have all sorts of things going on there. But if you also notice in front of me, this railing. And so if you come down here and you wonder why you can't go down a certain road, well, it might be blocked off by this railing. But they do that, of course, to keep people from crossing over the street and getting run over by a float. So we don't want that. But if you're down here in Mobile, and you want to enjoy an incredible time, go see some parades, enjoy the floats, and catch a moon pie while you're at it. This has people coming from all around the country because of the cost of living in Mobile. So I'm standing in front of a house that I helped a buyer purchase just a few months ago. And this is what happened. They reached out to me. We looked at so many houses, but this was their perfect house that met all the needs they were looking for. But one of the greatest things about it was the property tax. I mean, honestly, on a house like this, you can look at paying less than $1,000 a year for property tax. Obviously, the bigger the house, the more tax, but it's truly incredible. I get phone calls all the time. People say, well, holy cow, that's 1/10 of what I pay. Or, that's 1/5 of what I pay. So truly, the cost of living in Mobile, especially when it comes to property tax, is crazy cheap. I mentioned that people take their Mardi Gras serious in Mobile. Well, it is a big deal. So, continuing talking about the low cost of living in Mobile. A house like this, 1,200, 1,400 square feet, you can get this in Midtown for like $170,000, $180,000. It is unbelievable how far your dollar will go. The cost of living in Mobile is super cheap, and out in West Mobile, the houses are a little bit more expensive, but still super cheap compared to the rest of the country. So another pro about living in Mobile, well, it's got to be the shops. Now we've got the shops at Bel Air, and then of course across the street we've got what used to be called Springdale Mall. Now in this traditional mall, of course there are different restaurants, and yep, there's a Chick-fil-A in there, but on the other side we've got a Belk, we've got a Target, and over across the street we've got a Michael's, we've got a Shoe Station. Let me tell you, Shoe Station started in Mobile, It's got any kind of shoe you can imagine. So right in this area, you know, this is Airport Boulevard, where it reaches, I guess right over there, you're looking at where it connects into I-65. So this is like a hub of where all the shopping is in Mobile, and this is what we're gonna call the city of Mobile. And then out west, well, out Schillinger, that is a crazy busy place as well. And then over on Government Street, you've got another shopping center there. So pretty much if you need it, we got you covered. Another pro about living in Mobile has got to be the amazing sunsets. Now I know it's behind trees and signs, but still, there are some incredible sunsets right here in the city of Mobile. I'm driving down Airport Boulevard, it's busy traffic, but if you go to Dolphin Island, about 45 minutes away, those sunsets are absolutely amazing. So we're stuck in 5 o'clock traffic. Actually, it's 5:23. So we're on Airport Boulevard, and that, well, I would definitely call that a con. People who live in Mobile, they'll say, oh, the traffic, if you're on Airport Boulevard, it's terrible. You know, if you're on Schillinger, it's terrible. Rush hour in the morning. But I mean, let's compare that to the rest of the country. Atlanta, Houston, Los Angeles. This traffic in Mobile is nothing. Now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about mindset. For somebody who's lived here in Mobile their whole life, 48 years, if it takes me 30 minutes to get anywhere in Mobile, I mean, that is like the worst. Like, oh my gosh, it's going to take 30 minutes to get there. So that should help you understand the mindset of how things work with traffic. So honestly, most places, 15, 20 minutes, you're good to go. Now, another pro of living right here in Mobile, it has to be the college and university system. So today I'm standing at the University of South Alabama. If you notice behind me, we've got this huge globe back there. Now that's significant for a couple reasons. One thing is, you know, people come here from all over the world, but also, well, they go all over the world once they've been educated here. You know, like myself, I went to the University of Mobile. It's in Saraland area up there in North Mobile. And the thing is, it's not that far. So you've got the University of Mobile, you've got South Alabama, you've got Spring Hill College, you've got Coastal Community College, Bishop State, so many great places right here. So pretty much whatever you want to major in, you can do that right here in the city of Mobile. And that's it, folks. The pros and cons of living in Mobile, Alabama. You know, I've lived here my whole life, 48 years, and I've seen a lot of things. You know, I've called it home all this time, and well, I think it's pretty special. So a lot of pros, a few cons, but you know, people are moving here from all over the country because Mobile is so special and so unique. Hey, I love it when people reach out to me. So call the number on the screen, you know, shoot me a message, email, any way you want to reach out. A lot of folks have questions about moving here. What's the process like, the details? Any question you have, we'll be happy to answer you. But don't forget, like and subscribe, because each week we're dropping a brand new video.